I don't want to go to school. No, Mama. I don't want to go. Don't wake me. Oh, what? Huh? What? You can, you can see my legs? What? Oh, you can. Let me fix that. There we go. That's what you call a little behind the scenes footage there, friends. Hey, everybody. My name's Stinky. Stinky Beazle. How's everybody doing out there? Yeah, that's right. I like to ask questions to which I already know the answers. Why not, right? Well, today we're here to talk about how to make a simple little zine comic book thingamajigger. Whatever you want to call them, that was not a racial slur. Okay, here we go. First on the list. Who's? What? Where does hand come from? Oh, that's that's mine. Stinky. You didn't know? You didn't see me sitting here behind the camera talking? I'm like your voice right now. I'm doing your voice too. What? I am my own thing. You don't pull my strings. Well, you're not that kind of puppet. You're not that kind of puppet. You're more of a sock puppet than I am. Not a sock. I am. Well, I guess you're right. No, I've got zipper lips. I'm definitely a sock. Who would have thought? All right, here we go again. Let's see. First, I used to do greeting cards. I've been doing greeting cards ever since I was a young little sock, a little baby sock. This one's kind of funny. If you ever know anything about The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, well, this is based off of that one. It's a greeting card and goes a little something like this. Thump, 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 thump. It's nothing really, just dirty laundry. And then the inside, I may have my skeletons, but it's no secret that I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. I like this one too. I know what you did last Tuesday. I thought I had a punchline for that. Like, I think it was like, I saw you, in the grocery store or something like that. I don't know. And then we got Soups. He's like, hmm? And then little baby pooped his pants or something like that inside. He hears a baby. He's like, oh, it's just a baby pooping. 37 candles and you're still as dumb as a bag of dicks. You son of a bitch. You still owe me money. And this one is actually, I did this back in 20, in this time last year, basically. I did all these greeting cards. And this one's kind of messed up now to think about, but it says, burn, you beautiful behemoth, burn. Oops, sorry about your house. That's fucked up. Now looking back at all these fucking fires, it's not what I was. It was supposed to be just like a greeting card for an arsonist, because there's not many of those out there. You don't say. There's a reason for that. Well, I didn't know that reason until the shit hit the fan. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Congrats on the new promotion, neighbor. The next time your dog shits on my driveway, I'm gonna rub your face in it. You deserve it. So basically what I'm saying, these are just stupid little ideas that I was just coming up with. Actually, these were all like greeting cards. These were props that I made for like a little 30-second video I did last year. What does this say? Hey, I know you just had surgery, but could you watch my dog again? Yeah, the one with unpredictable IBS. Who bit you? Yeah, who bit you a month back? Yes. 12 stitches. Yep, I remember it. Nope. Not gonna pay your medical bills. Nope. Fuck you then. Get well soon. Some of these are kind of funny. Girl, you know I love your butt. It's over. And then we got this old bastard. One more year under your belt, eh? Turn the goddamn thing. I can't. It's like really. To be honest, I thought you were already dead, you old fuck. Happy birthday! Look at that old dude. Live, laugh, divorce. Please sign the papers. Hi. So these are just ideas, little things you can just do really quickly. You just grab a little piece of paper and fold it in half. You don't have to wait for a blank greeting card to fall in your lap, or you don't have to go out there and shop for your own. Always do it yourself. You seem upset with me, so I'm giving you this card just in case it's our anniversary. I love this one actually. Happy anniversary? Like he doesn't know why she's mad at him. And then this one, it's just oh, that's a postcard or something. It's hard doing this with one. Help! I can't help. You don't do anything. Riddle time. What's the opposite of I love you and I want to stay together forever? Us? I don't understand that. But anyways. Yeah, anyways. So anyways, like I was saying, you just get rid of all that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I will. There we go. That's better. Now I feel with less clutter, the more better. Less clutter, glitter, less glitter, more the glitter, right? That's what they say down in New Mexico, I think. I don't know Spanish, but I'm pretty sure that's what they say. Huh? Did somebody say, what? I gotta read it. What does it say? I'm not sure. Let's read it. Hold on. Do you know how to read? No, I thought you did. No. We talked about this before we came on. No, you didn't tell me anything about not knowing how to read. You said you couldn't see. I know, dude. I rely on you to see, and I rely on you to read. That doesn't make any sense. I think it does. Well, get back in front of the... Hi, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, right. So anyways, what you do is you get a bunch of pieces of paper. Blank ones, preferably. Because you don't want to plagiarize or steal somebody else's stuff, I guess. Unless you do. And if you can get away with it, maybe. Go for it. Who am I to judge? But still, just, I try to be as original as possible. And god darn it, the only thing in life I'm most honest about is my art. So this was the cover to one of the zines, and you just get a little piece of cardboard like that, and and you just draw a cover, and then you just draw a bunch of gibberish. You just draw squares on a piece of paper. I'm not even doing the lips. You just draw a bunch of squares on a piece of paper like this. I don't know what I was doing with this one. I was just trying to do as many different things as I could imagine as fast as possible. It really does, now that I'm looking at it a little bit closer through a different lens, it's very hyper dream. It's like my dreams, really. My dreams look somewhat like that. And they're kind of compartmentalized. But basically I had a bunch of paper like this, and I figure it's better to go long. If you're going to do this kind of stuff, you just work your way down a piece of paper, make it longer than wide, because then you get an 8x12 piece of paper, you shrink these down just a little teeny bit, and you get like 6 of them together, and you got 3 pages or whatever. You fold, But then, again, you can do a lot just by folding a piece of paper over. Where's that other one? I thought you had it. I did earlier. Here's the other cover I did. Post project reject. Hi, Jordan. I did this 3 years ago, but I kind of have this thing called post project depression or blues or something like that. Stop, man. Because after I finish a big project, I don't know what to do with myself for a few days, and I get really sad and kind of just want to go moon hopping, if you all know what I mean. Because I sure as hell don't. If you do, please tell me in the comments. I really don't know what that means. But they all tell me I want to go moon hopping. I just don't get it. So here, I'll read this from the. I always write my comics upside down and inside out. So we all got to get upside down and inside out. Okay, now I'm going to read it out loud so we can all see it together. I don't even know. Oh, it's the post-project blues one. Here we are again. The post-project blues. No big deal. No big news. Once a project... Wow, this is really explaining it. Excuse me. Once a project is done, a void is created. It can swallow an artist whole and leave us decimated. So it's best to never stop if you can. I keep busy, My mind races, we sleep with dreams and put them to work, sometimes risky in open spaces to believe in yourself and remain alert. I have many hands and many eyes, always stretching my imagination, because if I stand still, if I'm not working on something, I feel dead inside. I feel empty, I feel lost. So it's best to never stop, if you can. Busy up those hands, keep these dreams coming. I'm a post-project reject, scattered and prolific, filling in the gaps. Vacations are overrated, no time for love, here we go again. Or here we are again. That is quite depressing. But yeah, so basically, I'm gonna put you down for a minute, Stinky. Sorry, buddy. So basically, yeah, I got like a bunch of these. These are all like cardboard things I just cut in half, but I shaped them all like kind of the same size. This is a piece of paper, cardboard. Um, Easier to go out and photocopy, and you can use any kind of pen you want. Just if you're gonna, I would just suggest if you're gonna do photocopying, like at, you know, the UPS store or wherever people go, keep a few things in mind. I used to really love shading stuff and making them look really, you know, get a circle and you just can like just shade the heck out of it, you know? Whatever you want to do, however you want to shade that circle. However one shades. Hold on. Right. There's a glare that's pissing me off right there. There you go. Now you can probably see what I'm trying to do. There we go. So, you know, just like, it looks pretty. It's very soft. And it looks like an egg. It's making me hungry. Not for nourishment, more for social company. Maybe just a little conversation with an egg. I wouldn't say no. But the thing is, if you're gonna do zines or like DIY comic books and things like that, and I feel like the cheapest and easiest way to go is to go and like photocopy, and then you kind of put the pages together like this, you know, on an 8x12, or you know, shrink them down a bit to like this size, and then you can just like tape them in onto an 8x12, like on either side and on the other side too, and then go to a store and Xerox it, you know, double-sided Xerox, and have a cheesy cover, quick and easy, or whatever you want to do, and have a back with your info on it, or whatever you want to say, really. And then on the inside, it's just this little teeny zine. And if you do that with 2 pages, then you have, you know, just keeps. I got addicted to doing it in Idaho, and I got to a point where I had 16 pages worth of stuff. So that meant there was 32 once you folded it. You know what I mean? Because I would just illustrate my lyrics of my songs. So when you go to my show and you're reading the comic book, you can like read along and watch what's happening in the comic book as we're performing it. Or just give them out. Anywho, yeah. And then my point with this was, if you're gonna do this kind of, if you wanted to do it cheap and easy, you know, and simple, which I like, that's my motto. I always found I got away from shading too much and just using more cross-hatching stuff, because it's a lot easier to photocopy this kind of. You get nice, clean, you know, if you use like markers and stuff. It doesn't matter how it looks in the original either, because once you photocopy, like if you were to look close at this, there's parts that are darker than others and things like that, right? But once you photocopy it, you can set up the contrast a little bit, even just like one little bit, and it changes the whole thing, and it makes everything even and look nice. And all you got to do is just make sure it's shaped right and it looks appealing to whoever's gonna read it or look at it. I used to just make this shit to entertain myself as a kid, and I used to make my comic books when I was like in the 4th and 5th grade and shit. But anyways, so when you're doing photocopies, it's always, if you're gonna do a circle, for example, I don't do this kind of shading anymore, because it makes it copy machines just don't pick up this kind of detail, and it just doesn't look good if you're mass producing it. But if you do a circle like this, then you know add that, or then you can even add a more of a you know that's more of a just a simple thing that I learned along the way that I'm sure everybody already knows, but still, it's worth mentioning. Because then you can just, if you have nice clean lines, then you crank up that contrast a little bit, and the photocopy machine does the rest. All you have to do is fold it and put it together. I also have one of those those staplers that where you once you fold, or I would put the pages together, the 8x12s, and I had that staple where you could like it was really long, and so you can set it to where you want it, and so I could just mass produce these things like really quick, and just to do like 25 of them, I would say maybe cost like $50 once you kind of work out the kinks, because there's a lot of just things that you don't think about that pop up along the way. But then one day you realize that you've been doing this for so long that um, you're just on autopilot when you're doing this kind of stuff. And what I would do because once you shrink them down, sometimes there's a large gap on an 8x12. So like, I think, yeah, this for example, like this looked good, and I thought it would look good in a comic book, but then it's like too wide, versus this one where it's like perfect for a page. It fills up the page nicely, and when you fold it, there's room for the staple. You just always got to think about where you're going to be, where the fold is, and all that stuff. But this is nice. But what I would do with this one, say, is I would just find another like simple comic strip and just add it to the bottom of this, or like write some big words, or just add something to the bottom, like whatever you want, really, I guess. But just to fill in the gaps, because I'm kind of as much as it probably doesn't appear so, I kind of am like a perfectionist when it comes to these stupid things. But yeah, I used to do this stuff quite a bit. But I was just doing a live thing last night saying that I had just found all these, and I had been wanting to find them because I wanted to put together a big comic book of all of these, and that's what I'm gonna do. And this is how I sort of used to dress. I guess I still do. Especially the shadow, that's me back there too. Just hanging out. I like this one. No, never. No? Nope. Never? Never. Wow. Why? What? Why? I don't know. Oh, yeah, wow. What? I agree. Cool. Rad. Who are you? No one. Never? No, never. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Guess what? What? Nothing. Say something. Nope. Why not? No reason. Nope. Okay. That's Shakespeare. It's absolute Shakespeare. It's December 2022. The days are short. The skies are lovely. Trash on the street, mixed with autumn's fallen leaves, headed for the bus. Rain slapping my eyeballs. I remember that fucking morning. God damn. It was in Portland, and it was Forrest Gump rain. I swear to God, it was Vietnam Forrest Gump rain. And it was like pounding my fucking eyeballs like little fists. And I tried to like draw little fists hitting my eyes. Short bursts of confusion unraveling this mess. I dress for my death, one breath short of sincerity. You remind me that anything is possible, you wonderful human, you beautiful oddity. You slept for centuries, and now you are once again awake. To eat the heads of your enemies, consume their identities, and go on your merry way. Safe and sound, back underground. Oh, my stomach is talking. I shouldn't have eaten that squirrel. I live out in the country now, so they're all over the place. The bus was running a bit late, so I had some time to stare into the void. Hawthorne is so quiet this time of day. Haven't seen another person for blocks. I'm hoping this smile won't stop. December in the city. Beautiful and tragic. I feel young again. Left or I'm sorry, lost in the noise. Oh, here's the bus now. The little bus pulling up. I used to turn corners over up there, and I'm sure, still, it's not like it ever went away, but I got back in 2020. At the end of 20, I moved back to Oregon in Portland um, in October. And then I moved to the Southeast again in November, or closer in, anyways. And I started walking a lot more once I got rid of my Jeep. And I literally would be walking to the bus stop at 5 in the morning, turning a sharp corner. I have pretty good awareness about me. I know what's going on around me most of the time. It's just how I was raised. But, you turn a corner and there's just a fucking body there. And you just trip over it. And you're just like, oh my God, you know, is that person dead? Like it doesn't, it's just like a sleeping bag, and I imagine they're just in there sleeping, but it's just a weird feeling because I'm just also just heading for the bus to try to, you know, go to work. And it, there was a lot of that, but then I was there for, dang, I left in 2023. I was there for 3 years or something. 3 more years, 4 years. Who cares? Who cares? Years? This is a direct reference to my Portland stay. I like this drawing too. Anyways, I'm babbling. It's just kind of, these are just bringing up memories. Some of them are pretty graphic too. I'm sorry. I don't have any problem expressing myself through art or like my sexuality through art or something, because my dreams are fucking crazy, and I'm not ashamed to admit it or draw them. It's the only thing, like I say, the only freedom we have is to express ourselves fully in whatever fashion we see fit. I'm talking even if it's negative, even if it's horrific. That's your choice. Wouldn't be my choice to go down that road, but that's somebody's choice, and they're always going to follow that. And I'm going to follow my bliss in a different way. And I've been trying to educate myself about myself so I can be a better human, which leads to me being a more creative and aware artist, and better to reflect the world around me and those that ponder on the dreams they themselves fall under, I guess. So yeah. And it wouldn't be hard just to do a zine in this fashion too, obviously. And like I said, you can do a lot with just one piece of paper. I'm trying to find this one. Oh, here it is. This is one I did, but probably when I was around 20 or something. Yeah. In September 2000, when I was 20 years old. But it was just a series of, I just, always had journals and art books or, art pads or whatever in my backpack wherever I went. So anytime I was standing still, I would just bust it out wherever I was, always. And a lot of these, there's a bunch of drawings, just from my journals, just these little weird little images. But I used to date everything too. I don't really do that as much anymore, I guess, but except maybe on big stuff. But this is from, I think, when I was like daydreaming about my friends and I having a band called Farm. And I just liked the name. I just liked the way it looked and stuff. And then I really liked this drawing because I'm not good at drawing female figures very well. And I thought that, I thought that one was kind of interesting. It just came out of nowhere. And how they both sort of blend together as one. And how, I don't know, there's such a thing as, what, foreshadowing, I guess. But I like this little thing too. This little, it reminds me of like Star Wars or something. I wrote the first. I drew that on the 1st of January 2000, the new millennium. I was just sitting there drawing. But yeah, I was born in '79. I was born in November '79. So if it was '99, I was 19. If it was 2000, I was 20. If it was 2001, I was 21. If it was 2002, I was 22. So it's like easy to go back and look at my life that way. So that means I always say this and I kind of brag about it now, but I was 15 in 1995. And, as a 15-year-old, everybody knows what happens, Your life always changes. But anyways, I just got like a piece of paper, an 8 by 12, grabbed a bunch of my doodles, went to a photocopy place, made a bunch of photocopies, and just shrunk them down into different sizes and stuff. Took it all home, uh, cut them out, cut out these little things, taped them to, wherever I wanted. I did it like this basically, because you make that the front, obviously. And then everything else is just fair game, And you can have like a little intro, which this one sort of does with this poem thing. But you can do this with anything, and it's just on a simple piece of paper, and you can get your point across, and you can share as much. You can have all these rad drawings, and you can just shrink them down to save space and just add a bunch of stuff, And I used to write a lot in journals, so I added a lot of my words. And there's a little monkey down there taking a poop or something. Pretty sure. Taking a poop or something. Look at that little dude on the freaking flower. What is up with that flower? That little... Looking at that bee. There's a doggy. I was really into Cubism at this time. I was getting into like Picasso and a lot of the surreal and like the young surrealists and things like that. And Dali was one of my faves, and I was obsessed with Dali at this time. And this thing was just the... So yeah, I would sit in coffee shops and just doodle. And then the back, I went my favorite cemetery, or at the time anyways, Chico. There's this angel in Chico, and I went there and I drew her. That's what she looked like. I would sit next to her and eat my lunch. But yeah, and then you just basically, yeah, you put the images and all the crap that you got. And I would love to, like, obviously I would love to do this with other people. I just have, I just, I guess I'm not good with people. Because I should have like a fucking tribe or something like that. I feel like I should belong to like a community or something, but I just don't feel like I ever have. Or I've never been welcomed by one anyways. So, and I'm not saying that in a negative way, because or in a accusatory way, even, because I know that like pretty much 99.99999% of the problems in the world are mine, and a bitch ain't one. I don't even know what that means. But no, I mean, I am the cause of my own suffering. It's like, that's something I need to deal with myself. I can't put the blame on other people. People are just out there living their lives. Man, I think these are paint pen. That's a really nice black. Sorry that maybe the light isn't so great. Anywho. Hey, Savage. I'm a Savagian. This is a doodle I did. Oh, in March of 24. But yeah, and I don't even know if I have a comic, one of mine that's like finished. But you can also see what I was saying about the shading, because I mean, even though it looks super badass and shit, you know? Like, oh my god. No, I'm just playing. It the shading that I did with this isn't so great as it would have been if I would have been more. It's hard to explain because it looks okay to me now, but it's I I'm just I am just my own worst enemy. Golly gosh darn dang. I'm trying to just like oversaturate my brain right now with stuff and distract my brain. A little bit, just a little bit. Trying to distract my brain. Trying to distract my brain before I go insane. Trying to distract my brain before I lose my So yeah. Oh yeah, and that's another thing I think I was maybe I said earlier, but it's also not important to go out and buy if you want to get your point across, if you have something to say, you go out, you know, you don't need to go out and spend an arm and a leg on tools or things like that to get it done. All you have to do is have a cheap ass pen that's consistent and makes you happy, feels good in your hand, essentially. It's like a wand, you know? Where do you think they get that wizard shit from? Pens are mightier than the sword. Um, you gotta find your little wand, whatever it may be, and you gotta run with it. You gotta own it. And I don't know. Use your imagination. Don't be afraid to use your imagination, that's for sure. Or to see what's in there, you know, just don't ever like censor yourself. I think that's where people run into trouble. When they make art that's, oh my gosh, I'm talking about it right here. What the heck? Okay, now I gotta read this comic strip. Good lord, what the? It's like I've been experiencing a lot of synchronicity lately, and here he is. I was just gonna say safe, and as long as it's safe, and I'm talking about art, so I gotta read it now. That's crazy. Okay, so up here, I guess. You goose. What did you think would happen? I mean, wow. What? Oh, nothing. Okay. What are you working on? I'm in between projects. Oh, yeah? Yep. How long have you been in between projects? About 2 years now. I see. You can't force art. I guess not. Okay. And now I'm remembering how this like goes, how these characters are. Okay. You can't force art. I guess not. Besides, I'm busy rebranding. Rebranding? Yeah, I'm a product. It's really not about the art anymore. Oh? It's about the brand. But I thought brand. Oh. That being said, art is still pretty cool. Oh yeah, as long as it's safe and PG-13, if you know what I mean. Well, nothing offensive or crude. Huh? Well, what do you think? Fuck that. I don't know why he has the knife in his head, to be honest. That's kind of random. It's like Sword in the Stone or something. I like his eyes. He's just like bewildered. But yeah, and these are just simple little. I think these were just really straight to the point, on purpose. On purpose. Where's this one at? This one's got to be in here then. Where is it? Story. Where'd you put my drawing? Oh, these have other sides too. Let's see. Music has always been. That's not it. What the devil? Here. What? Huh? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hold on, friends. I know you're anxious to. If you gotta get up and do your morning routine, just go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna feel bad. Just you go ahead and do your thing. You're a human being after all, so it's about time somebody treated you like it. That's the one I just did. I complain too much. I complain about complaining. I like that one. It's funny-ish. It's funny-ish. I can't say it's funny all the way because it's people might get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to be biased. Nope, that's not it. Where'd it go? Hold on, friends. Well, that's cool, but that's not it. All right. And just in a minute, I'm going to burn all of these. That's definitely not it. Okay. Hey, Terry, can you get the matches? All right, we're just going to burn it. Yeah, right here. Mm-hmm. Man, get the fire extinguisher ready. Mama, you might want to get the kids out of here. Mama, you guys might want to run for your lives. We're going to burn this shit. Mm-hmm. No. I said ship. Ship. I would never cuss in front of the kids, Mama. Jeez. What'd you hear? No, I would never say that, Mama. Come on now. Hold on, friends. We're gonna get there together. Oh, this is a freaking. That's a song. So I guess there might be. And this is an example of one that maybe I was starting that I never finished, and what they look like before. But yeah, it doesn't. But I'm a dork. I'm sorry. I don't know where that one is. But yeah, I'll show it to you. This one to you, anyways. I lived in Portland for a long time. I never thought I would leave. And then, almost 10 months ago I left because had tendonitis in my arms and I was just like worried. But I came back down to California to live with family and my whole everything just changed. But up there I was, just doing all sorts of stuff too. You can sort of it's like going back and looking at my stuff now, you'd be able to like put my life together in a freaking because it's not like I did this every so often, it was like I don't if I'm not working like a day job or doing something else that would, basically I'm always drawing. Like I just never and it's really just exhausting after a while, but anyways, I lived in Portland and I loved living there. And I got like I said earlier, I got rid of my Jeep. And so I would just walk around all the time. And I'm sorry that the light sucks. There we go, maybe just a little bit more light. Yeah. And I would walk around the city more, and it just felt really good um, on my feet. Just it's a whole different way of getting to know somewhere you live when you walk the streets. And I loved if there's one place you want to walk, it's Portland or because I'm not just talking about like on foot or whatever necessarily. I'm talking like busing and things like that, because the bus system is rad. Anywho, um, and wherever I live, even if it's in like video or poem or art or whatever, this whatever shape it's in, I always try to honor sort of if that makes sense, like or give credit to the place where I live. And Portland is quite the place if you're a creative person. It's a great place to live, sort of. Like I said, you have to overcome certain things. I didn't ever. It's not that you get used to walking over bodies, and I laugh because I have to. But but it's just something that you know that exists in the world, and it's there in front of you one day, and you're like, oh, this is that thing that I've always known that exists, and I've seen on the news or whatever it is, but here it is, right down, right there. So it's you learn a lot about yourself and what type of person you are and what you're willing to get used to and things like that. Um, Not that you need to. I'm not saying you should get used to shit like that. And I'm not saying getting used to it is just being like, oh, well, it's a body. No, it's like it hurt my fucking heart to like have to do it, just because, at the same time, you're worried that if you reach down to say something or check if they're alive, they might reach up and just like gouge your eyes out or stab you or something too. And I met some shady ass people up there too, just trying to help them. Um, so the world is an interesting place, and I think it's best to honor it in you know the ways that only we know how. Each of us as individuals, and it's not too hard. You just got to be honest with yourself and let it fly. Yeah, and this is a photocopy or photocopy of this one, and it did retain because this one was done I think these were done with paint pens or something, and if they weren't, I did a damn good job. Am I right? Wait, oh, I'm alone. I'm alone in here. It's okay, guys. You can go back to sleep. Mom, put the kids away. Honey, put the fire out. Thank you. Hey, Terry. Yeah, get. Yeah, Can you make sure that the firemen are called off? I see them outside, just roaming around. There's no, folks. There's no fire. Yeah, just go out there and tell them, Terry. Oh, roger that. Over. You don't have to say over, Terry. Dang it. He's the best. Anyway, yep, that's where we're at. And then I started keeping a journal, an art journal. And I'm not saying journo as in the English way of saying a journalist. No, I'm not saying a journo. No, I'm saying journo. Now I'm talking in a British accent, though. I don't know why. It's about art. Do you know it? That was ridiculous. I gotta drink some coffee. If you have coffee, why don't you share? Let's have a little sip together. Here's to today. Here's to you, my friends, and to what we have to offer together in the face of such wonderfully, wonderfully disastrous and tragic times. The thing that boggles my senses is that people act as if this is the first time it's been like this, and they act like as if it's going to be the last. No, folks. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse till it all crumbles, and then it all comes back together again. We are like monkeys on brain sauce, friends. It's fair time we started acting like it. All right, let's get down to business. How about this art, Geno? Let's get a pen. Give me the... No, it's my pen. Oh, no. Oh shit. Oh, man. I dropped it. Now the level's gonna be off. Dang it. Now you're kicking the thing. You're pissing people off. I'm just wanting to open the darn book. Where's the cap? I don't know. It flew away. Oh, there it is. I got it. I got it. Where'd that hair come from? Get the hair out of my face. Oh, you're right. There we go. Okay. Art. Then it needs another thing like art. The Final Frontier. Or something like that, right? Here we go. Oh yeah, okay, this is like a prelogue or something like that, or whatever. Pre-epilogue? Prep? Well, oh, this... Okay. Let's do this again, then. I'll just write art. This is for everyone that's watching to know now that you are initiated into the art club art book. I don't know why that had such a ring to it. The art club art book. Ow. Okay, moving on. And this was actually a prop for a video as well. But it is kind of interesting. The Berenstains bears. This was a sketch that I did about 7 months ago or something like that. Maybe I didn't even do it. Pop quiz hot shot. Because I would do these sketches based on like art and stuff, you know. And I had all these ideas, but they were so grandiose. I just could not figure out how to pull them off. And I was desperate to just try to get something, you know, get things out and just get, you know, noticed or something, or not noticed, but just get people to come to my channel. And so I would try to do these like funny art, but make them about art mostly. But I had all these different movies I wanted to do parodies of and stuff, and so, but I also had a bunch of little doodles that I had done, so I cut them all out and I put them in this book. 5 ways to tell if your cryptid friend is an art lover. They peep. Naturally anxious and avoidant. Or whatever. Brachiosauruses. Elusive. It's in the scat. Yeah, this was a video. I definitely did this one. Says so in the lore. They leave art outside the front door for you. That's very true. If you've ever met a cryptid, that's exactly what they do, in that order. And sometimes the scat can be mixed in with different versions, you know, they peep and there's scat. But mostly they're pretty harmless. And then this is just some kind of drawing I did. Let's just circle that so the workers can come back later and cut it out. Yeah, Terry, I'm marking this so you guys can. No, no, I heard. Okay, thanks, Terry. He's my producer. And then, well, I'm not gonna circle it, but I just wanted to give it lips, little lips. Oops, you can't see it. There we go. Hold on, fellas. And then, yeah, never. I have this thing with Paul Bunyan and Peter Pan. You know, like clashing in the wilderness, and like who would win? You know, like if they got into some kind of epic battle, it would be a battle of proportions. And there's a hook attached to a severed arm. A crocodile with a clock in its mouth. Peter with a knife at its throat. It's yep, pretty much exactly what my dreams say. Hey, what's this? You wore the clothes meant for the auction. We ate all the food. Who cares? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? I'm editing this as we go, just so y'all know. I'm grading this. Who wrote this? A minus. Effort. Clever. Okay. All right. What's this? Little palm tree. Little pom pom. It's interesting. Little spinal column. Oh, little face. Little abstract little face. Sharon is Karen. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Karen. Hi, Sharon. Skate or die. There is no or. Skate or die. I just said skate or die, like. Skate and die. There is no or decor. I like the little skater guy. Look at that little skateboard. Hey folks, I'm Henry. I'm a skateboarder. Got my hands in my pockets, on my hips and stuff. Gonna go do some kicks and flips on the grass and look buff. It's gonna be cool. You wanna come along? Ha! Let's go! I forget what his name was, but he's pretty popular. And this was just I was taken over by some kind of weird entity for a little while. I just could not figure it out. I did my best to capture its essence, but then I drew this and it got me all confused. So that I don't know. I'm gonna give it an F plus. You know, basically a D. I'm just gonna give it a D minus. Okay. Oh, I like this one actually. Paul Bunyan and Fabe, the Minotaur. This is based on an epic poem written by the Epics back in 1956. A big-ass poem from big-ass people. It was amazing. And when I say big-ass people, I mean like gigantic people. Larger than life, like 30 feet tall. I am absolutely serious right now. Big people. Big, absolutely big-ass people. I shit you not. I would never lie to you on the internet. Again. I learned my lesson from the last time. But I had this idea that instead of Paul and Babe, it is Paul and Bunyan and Fabe, the Minotaur, and they seek things out and they get, well, it gets pretty graphic, the lore. I don't know why I came up. I don't know where I come up with these things.
I do.
Hey, you go back into the shadows, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. You gotta keep it at bay, folks. Sometimes you just gotta keep it at bay. Oh, this was a greeting card. Another greeting card I made. Happy birthday, you shitty fuck. Doom and gloom. Go eat an onion, you goofy chud. So yeah, I mean, I was there was a long time in the 1700s when I was competing with Hallmark, and they had staked out their claim in Lower Manhattan, and we were there on the west side. And that's why every drawing I do, every one of my characters is facing west. And we always will. You Hallmark sons of bitches. We always will. Hold on, let me flip the goddamn page. Can anybody else relate to this? There comes a time, friends. Comes a time. My Disney totem. I just learned how to draw Donald Duck for the first time, or at least the shapes that ultimately lead up to something that looks like a Donald Duck. You are not your thoughts. You are what you eat. You are food. It's true. And someday we'll figure it out together. I think that looks like a zombie from Tomorrow's Nightmares. I can't tell just yet. Scribbles in the dark. Hey, speaking of Babe, when I was a kid, I went to this place. It's down by the redwoods. It's called Trees of Mystery. And Babe has big old fables. I wrote fables. Fables. Babe has big old knockers. And then I drew Paul Bunyan because there's a big Paul Bunyan right next to it too. Yeah. And there's a little hotel across the street that we stayed in when I was about 5 years old. So when I was about 5 years old, we were going on a road trip down to where I live now to see my aunt. And this is up in, Oregon or whatever, in Northern California and stuff. And my little 4-year-old brain, we have a bunch of like Empire Strikes Back had just come out. And a lot of toys. I remember like all the Star Wars toys we had on this road trip and stuff. And so whenever we stopped, my brother and I would just play with these Star Wars toys. And so Empire Strikes Back was in my brain. And then we saw the ocean. I think it might have been one of my first times like really remembering the ocean. And it was amazing. And I remember seeing this. We stayed at, like I said, in the hotel across the street. So you see this from your window. And Paul Bunyan is sitting there waving at you too. And I remember just staring at it, just being obsessed with it. And then years later, when I was in my mid-20s, I was like, I got all these Paul Bunyan books. And I wanted to make a musical based on Paul Bunyan about what it's like to be like a lonely giant. I also love hieroglyphs and ancient art. Someday we're going to be ancient, friends. You're going to leave your mark somehow. Not that paper's going to last any longer than stone. That's why I want to get into sculpting. First I want to sculpt my physique. And then I want to start sculpting the planet. Or where's that scalping? I can't remember. Either way, it's messed up. Either way, it's a bad joke. Howdy. There's 3 faces in there. Do you see it? There's 3 faces in there. Maybe even more. Look at all them noses. Funny little hats they're wearing. And this one is some kind of Frank monsters. With some kind of bloody snout down there. With some kind of bloody nostrils right there. And some kind of bloody nipply eyes. And some kind of nipply nosy crotch. And some more something up there, and there's some more of that up there. Oh shit. And then stuff. Other things too. Surprised you didn't know that, friends. But look at that snout. That's what I'm on about right now. Right. Yeah, what? Love is like a lichen. Hair is scary and cool. Do y'all know about the lichens? Well, you bloody better well think about it because they're all around us at all the time. There's one right there. I'm not even joking. A little bit. He's eating his hand. Stay high. Dear Diary, today was neat. I wrote up a poem. It was neat too. But what happened next will suck your dryer sheet senseless. Am I? Just wanted to remind everyone that I love you. I do, I love you. It's mine to ruin. Bloody well timed someone said it too. Oh, I'm not going to stand for it, nor am I going to sit for it. Nor am I going to walk sideways or go upside down in a lollipop either. I think that's the last of the... Oh my god, there's more. Dear Diary. Doe Diary. A female diary. Why does the sky blue and water wet? Where is Kentucky? It's very true. This was so very long ago. So very long ago. At least 2 weeks ago. That's a set list right there. Holy moly. Who wrote that? No way. Oh my gosh, I just said no way. That's so synchronous and ridiculous. Look at those nipples. Didn't finish this bloke. D negative. There we go. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Look at those red little hands and little suckers. Look at that. Some more diary bullshit. You're not supposed to be reading my diary, by the way, folks. It's an invasion of me privacy. Privacy. This is an invasion of my privacy. First off, today was cool. I think. Therefore I am Sam I am. Two birds don't make a right. No, they zig and they zag. Mostly zag. Mostly. Let's add some orange to this appeal. That way, wherever we go, we will know what the color of the halo of love is all about. And there's no question after this, folks. We're all in it together. It's kind of like one of them old blood oaths from the 1999s. Do you remember? Very, very trying times. Oh gosh, let's add a new day. Okay, here we go. What is today, friends? It's my friend's birthday. Dear Diary. Dear Diary. Hurry up. Hurry up and write that. Don't write hurry up. Don't write... No, don't write hurry up. Don't. Just... Hold on. Just stop it, Dear Diary. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Dear Diary. Stop. No. Slow down. Stop. Slow. Okay. It's my friend's birthday today. How do you spell friends? Yeah. Birth. Day. Man, I suck at this. I'm thinking about it too much. I just gotta roll with it. Just gotta find it. Today. God, can't even hold this thing. This is so what is... Stop. Just give me the... Today. Birth. Yeah, I'm fixing it for you. There you go. Perfect. That looks good. No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. It's okay. Just keep going. Keep going, buddy. Keep going. Hurry up. Okay. Dear diary, it's my friend's birthday today. She is a wonderful, wonderful birthday girl. Girl, punctuation matters, friends. She wrote me a letter. That held some pretty harsh truths. But now, everything is going just fine. And every day, my mind is waiting in in the dark. Stop! No! Oh, God dang it! You spelled dark wrong, by the way. But you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be going to those places. Not yet. Anywho, today is another day to. Oh, sorry about the noise. It's really cold in here. Day to prove the voice is wrong. Love you. The bitter end. And then today's date is the 12th of 2029. 5? No, 9. 5. No, wait. Hey, Terry? Yeah? Terry?
Yeah.
What year is it?
Oh, it's 2025.
What dimension is this?
This is Dimension 6, man.
Dimension 6. Okay, right. 2025 then. Okay. Should have written that up there. If proper diarrhea would have been written up there, but I didn't want to do that, folks. I wanted people to be drawn to the end, just as I am. And I'm giving myself a C+. No big whoop. I'm gonna really accentuate that C. I've never received anything more than a D-, so today's a day of days. You can only be as honest with yourself as you're willing to be as honest with yourself. If you didn't know, well, now you do. Absolutely right. Y'all are my critters from another litter. That's Shuckly Dawn, that's exactly right. Okay, here we go. That's that. Oh! Anyways, I should probably start learning how to speak and get going here. But I just want to encourage people, you know, to get out and in your spare time, if you're a creative person, if you got something to say, find a creative person that's willing to draw it for you or put it together in words and see if somebody can express it visually or vice versa, you know, work together, get out there and build. And don't be afraid of it looking cheap, because good art can be made just with the simplest of things. It doesn't take much just to kind of express yourself. And I find art isn't like about status or anything like that. What I find to be good art is someone who wasn't afraid to say what was on their mind. I think that's good art. Whether it's whatever genre, whatever era, whatever subject matter, whatever, style, it's just, you know it when you see it kind of thing. That's why I don't have definites in my life as much as I used to. I don't definitely like this or definitely not that or something like. It's a boring way to live. It's a boring way to live. It's best just to open your eyes to everything and listen to everything first. Because anything can touch you. And some things you don't want to let that, yeah. But still, you can't be afraid to, speak what's on your mind. And if anything, it'll open something up in you. Something that maybe you thought you couldn't do or forgot that you could do or told that you shouldn't do. And this isn't the time or place for that. This is the best time to just to be yourself and speak your mind and speak truth. Speak your truth to the powers that be and punch up. Be a better person. Connect with others who are passionate. I think that's a huge thing too. Unfortunately, I let my passion pigeonhole me, paint myself into a corner where I've just sacrificed friends and family and everything. I'm not gonna go on that diatribe. It's just that it's easy for me to say follow your passion and stuff when I've followed mine and I feel like I've sort of wasted 40 years or something. Even though at the same time I guess I've accomplished some stuff the 12-year-old me would just be astonished by. But it's a weird time of my life. The 40s, I think your 40s are a strange time of anybody's life too. It's like an extra, it's like when your second self kicks in, really. And boy, sure, how do you have mine? And now it's weird because I'm reading some of these as I'm going. These are just done in the last few years, right before I moved back down to California. And they're sort of it's interesting to read them and because they're kind of foreshadowing things. And I think that's why it's important to capture these moments, Even if you just write a bunch of or draw a bunch of boxes, just do 5 little boxes across an entire page, all the way down. And then just for a few days, just write stuff into them, just little words. They don't even have to make sense with each other in a cohesive way. Or if you write a poem out in those boxes, and then go back through, when you're done figuring out the layout of the words, you go back and you draw your little critters or whatever you want to draw, and they don't have to be the same thing. This is a good example. Just be anything you want. And there's a lot of weird stuff going on in this one. I like the praying mantis. I think he's pretty neat. So, anywho. Yeah. And then you can just fill in the page with whatever kind of symbols or whatever visuals you want. Go with photocopy it. Shrink it down, make it into postcards, make it into business cards, that you can hand out to people. Just little pieces of art. I think the comic book format is the best, or not the best, but one of the best anyways, probably. Best ways to get something out, what you want to say through the words and through the visuals. Because I always feel, too, that humor is a powerful tool when it comes to making art or being a cynic. If you're in any way cynical about the world, you gotta have a sense of humor. Otherwise, it'll destroy you. And there's a what is it, the philosophy of absurdism, you know, or even it's not like nihilism where it's more like just realizing that everything is just at the end of the day it's just absolutely crazy. It's just absurd. But who better than to capture it than the people who have always captured it, but the artists. And these are my cave paintings. These are my little cave paintings. And you know, there was some guy back in like 30,000 years ago in France, like carving on some cave wall. And he's like, man, I should be out there with my friends. I should be out there doing shit. But I'm in here tripping on peyote with a torch that's going out, and I'm breathing the fumes, and I'm working on this wonderful piece of art with this rock that's protruding out of the thing. I'm using the rock face as the ribs for it. This, God, how in the hell did they even do what they did? It's insane. The beautiful creatures. But then it's like, you know, we all come from a long line of creatives. It were the creatives that brought us through the next days and kept records and did the drugs and that were needed to pass on to the next phase and battle the next boss as they worked their way up the chain of command. Anyways, I must leave. I've hit my record for the day. All I'm saying is I just hope that anybody out there that thinks they can't do it, sure as heck can. You just gotta just start. And once you get one page, or you could like fill out several pages of blank ones. And then once you start and finish one page, I guarantee it, you're going to be addicted to it. You'll know at the end of one page at least. You'll either love it or you'll be like, man, that was a lot of work. And if you go to the next page and you start filling out one of these things again, just an empty section of boxes, whatever, you'll know that you're onto something. And it's, who knows, it could lead to interesting forms of expressing yourself and ways of seeing what's going on inside your mind. Sometimes you gotta stare into the abyss. You gotta get all deep and shit. You gotta sound all deep and smart and stuff. As long as you sound smart, everything's gonna work out fine. As long as you're beautiful, rich, and smart, everything's gonna work out just fine. As long as you're beautiful, rich, smart, intelligent, very, very not dumb, and very, very beautiful and smart, everything's gonna be A-okay. I'm not gonna say it again, but I do wish you guys a wonderful afternoon, and I shall play you out with a song I wrote just for you. It goes a little something like this. Hold on, let me get this goddamn guitar out. Oh, yeah, son of a... Hey Terry, can you get me another strap someday?
I'm on it.
Or you don't have to say over. on our way. Mother, she's so far, but we still build for the start. It's too late to lose the shame. They covered us in names, send us on our way. Would you ever need to climb? You had your wings untied for the fates. They need you safe. So we can twist you into shape, fill your brain with names, watch us all away. And that's exactly how the West was won, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty darn sure. Alright, friends. Well, I'm gonna chug this coffee and go to sleep for a little while. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll probably see you soon. And y'all take care of yourselves very well. Appreciate the company. And that's basically how you make a zine or an indie comic book for less than 25 cents a day. So you can sponsor a child in Artland. And directly through Art Club, you can hear the people at Art Club will take care of your money. 25 cents a day for the rest of your life. And then we got you. We got you. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that? Huh? It says it on the cue card, Terry. It says, I got you on the cue card. I'm gonna fire this cue card kid. Oh, we got another bad cue card kid, folks. I wasn't supposed to give you guys... I wasn't supposed to... Okay, yeah, just send us money. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, all of us here. From everybody here at the Art Club with Story Grabs. I wish you a very, very happy New Year and a wonderful Christmas. Well, all that happy hoopla. We are going to be unfortunately out of reach for the next 30 or 40 days. We're going to be in Antarctica, working on some kind of salvage thing. If this message reaches you guys during the live transmission, just know that someday we will be found and we will be okay. And nothing that I say here, nor in the last, within the last, whatever, hypothetically, 1 hour and 26 minutes, nothing I have said or alluded to has anything to do with reality, or nor does it has to do with any kind of company, and nor was I, what else am I supposed to say there? Giving over. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Nor was I trying to give out any certain classified coordinates, or my I am okay, and I take full responsibility for my actions. This warship that I'm on is not mine, and I get that now. It's not my warship, and I should not have taken it. And I don't know why I'm in Antarctica. I don't know how I got here, Terry, if I didn't know how to use the dang thing. Maybe it's some kind of time warp, but still. That's how you do a zine. And these are how you just do, you know, greeting cards. So next time it's somebody's birthday. Like I said, it's my friend's birthday today. Her name's Andrea. So I hope everybody wishes Andrea a birthday. This is definitely not for her. She is like the smartest person I fucking know. She actually reads something and then retains it, and then like actually implements it in daily life. Anyways, but yeah, you just get a piece of paper, blank piece of paper, fold it in half, make something funny on the front. Well, you know how greeting cards work. But they're fun, you know. People appreciate them, I think. I used to, as a kid, I did them for people too. Oh, I don't have a present? Let me just do this for them. And then I'd get everybody in the house to sign it. And everybody outside the house to sign it too, mostly the zombies. We were always, growing up, we had a pretty much about a normal ratio of maybe like 20 to 30 zombies outside the house. So that's how we, that's how we got along and kept our spirits up, so to speak. Yeah. I hope everybody has a wonderful day.